My beloved child, God wants to talk to you for 2 minutes right now. Your pending miracle has been approved in heaven. If you open this before tonight, something beautiful will happen before July 23rd. Wait, come closer for a second. Heaven is whispering your name. And I promise this isn't a coincidence. Something strange and sacred just happened above you. Archangel Michael stood still, looked toward the earth, and spoke your name with so much urgency that the wind shifted. Heaven became still, and in that moment, God said, "Tell them, I want just 2 minutes right now." What does it mean when the creator of galaxies pauses everything just to talk to you? It means the miracle you've been praying for is already signed. In the book of heaven, waiting only for your heart to say yes before tonight, there are messages that come in silence, in dreams, in signs. But this one came with trembling hands and angel wings. Archangel Michael has seen what's been troubling your spirit. He saw the silent pain you didn't show anyone. He heard the nights you cried under your breath. He saw how much strength you used just to get through the day. That's why this moment matters. If you ignore this message, you could delay a miracle that has already been approved. Yes, that's the word heaven used. Approved, not pending. Not maybe, but approved and wrapped in your name. If you open your heart before midnight tonight, something beautiful will arrive in your life before the 23rd of July, something so shocking and sacred that your tears will change flavor from sorrow to joy. Before you read further, I have something important to tell you. We've created a special way for you to never miss another divine message. If your soul is ready to receive more direct spiritual guidance from God and Archangel Michael, customized just for you, make sure to stay connected to Heaven's whispers. Some doors only open for those who are ready to hear. Heaven has been moving pieces behind your back for months. You thought nothing was happening, but your silence, your endurance, your quiet faith, God saw it all. Every time you whispered, "Please help me," the angels stood in formation. You may have felt alone, but you were surrounded. And now Michael says, the hourglass has tipped. The final grain of sand is falling. And when it lands, the skies will daze. Break open. You only have until tonight. That is not fear. It is a divine urgency. Because after tonight, someone will speak your name. Someone you forgot or gave up on. And because you opened this in time, they will come bearing news that will shift your entire future. This miracle isn't about random luck. It's not an accident. Heaven works through timing, faith, and divine recognition. Right now, your name is glowing in a book that not even angels are allowed to touch. God Himself has written something beside your name. Do you want to know what it says? Worthy, chosen, fulfilled. But if you do not respond, that sacred script will close for another season. You'll wonder why nothing changed. But heaven will know. You came so close. Michael wants you to remember something. Even when you felt invisible, heaven was staring directly at you. Even when people ignored you, even when your efforts went unnoticed, God was counting every single act of love you gave. And now those seeds are blooming, but you must receive them. Don't scroll past this like it's just another message. This is the door. You may think you're too late or too broken or too small, but none of those thoughts came from God. Those are illusions whispered by doubt to keep you out of alignment. Right now, you are the exact person you're supposed to be to. Receive this next blessing, nothing more, nothing less. But if you pause too long, doubt will win. If you keep questioning this, the miracle may slip back into the unseen. Listen, this miracle won't knock twice. It's already standing at your doorstep. What's inside it? Healing, peace, a reconnection, financial breakthrough. That love you almost gave up on. Even your physical health is being touched in this wave. And if you ask how that's possible, I'll tell you. Heaven doesn't move by logic, it moves by alignment. You're finally aligned. That's why this message reached you. Michael said something today that shook even the angels. If they read this and ignore it, they will feel the loss in their spirit. He doesn't say that to scare you. He says it to prepare you. Your next season depends on what you do in the next few hours. God is trying to talk to you now, not tomorrow, not later, right now. Because He's seen the thing that's about to unfold around you, and He wants to stop what was meant to harm you and deliver what you forgot to believe in. A phone call is going to come, or a message. A sudden change in someone's heart. It will happen before the 23rd, and it will be because you responded to this message. But if you scroll past this like it's casual, that person may remain silent. That opportunity may be given to someone else. The contract, the email, the confession, it's tied to your reaction. The miracle is personal. This is not a message for the world. It's only for you. You're not too late, love. You're perfectly on time. Heaven knew exactly when you'd see this. The angels waited for this moment, and now it's here. Michael is standing before you spiritually, holding a scroll with your name on it. Do you accept it? Because once you accept, things will begin to accelerate. That thing that's been stuck will suddenly move. The person who's been resisting you will surrender. The answer will arrive clear and bold, but it all starts with this divine yes. You don't need to be perfect to receive. You just need to be open. You don't need to understand everything. You just need to trust that heaven has already done the part you couldn't do. God saw the tears. God heard the secret prayers. He walked with you when no one else did. And now He's standing right here saying, just give me 2 minutes. I want to show you what I've been holding for you. Michael's voice is soft but firm. Tell them they were never forgotten. Tell them the delay wasn't denial. Tell them this is the moment heaven was waiting for. And it's now. You can feel it, can't you? That pull in your chest, that goosebump across your arm, that tiny voice saying, don't click away yet. That's not a coincidence. That's your spirit remembering something your mind forgot. You were meant to see this dot you see. Not every miracle arrives with fireworks. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it arrives like this message, soft, simple, disguised. But that's how heaven works. The biggest shifts happen in the stillest moments. You've been asking for a sign, and God is showing you that this is it. And Michael, He's not just speaking now. He's watching you, waiting to see what your soul will choose. You may think, what if this is just another message? But your spirit knows better. Your spirit is stirring because it recognizes that something is different about this, something urgent, something beautiful. You've been through so much, and every time you kept getting back up that strength, heaven saw it. And this reward was shaped just for you, a gift that no one else can receive. It has your spiritual fingerprint on it. And I must tell you the truth. There's someone else involved in this miracle, someone you love, someone whose heart is shifting. Even as you read this, they may not know why, but something is moving inside them. Something that will bring them closer to you. And if you respond now, the spiritual link between you two will be activated. Conversations that once seemed impossible will begin again. Reunions you never imagined will come and the healing will begin. Not just in your life, but in theirs, too. God is so proud of you. You think He hasn't noticed you, but every sacrifice, every time you chose to love instead of hate, every act of kindness, it was all recorded. And that's why the reward is being released. You didn't earn it by being perfect. You earned it by being faithful. That kind of faith opens doors no human hand can shut. Someone will mention your name in a room you've never stepped into. That's one of the miracles tied to this moment. Someone powerful is going to see what you've carried. Someone influential is going to say, give them a chance. You're not even aware of how close this is, but heaven is. And Archangel Michael is shouting now, don't miss it. There's a vibration surrounding this week unlike anything before. By the 23rd, you will know exactly why this message was so intense. A letter, a contract, an approval, a confession, a financial shift. It's coming. But the gate only opens for those who show up, and you're already here. So stay. Don't walk away from the blessing you've been praying for just because it's wrapped in words. Let me tell you something that angels rarely say. This miracle doesn't just want you, it's looking for you. It's spiritually alive, sent by the throne, seeking your permission to enter. If you don't say yes, it won't force itself. Heaven never forces. It honors free will. But if you say yes, everything changes. That yes isn't with your mouth, it's with your heart. Michael is kneeling next to you now, whispering, look how far you've come. Don't you see? This is your moment. And you're not reading this by accident. You're reading this because your soul has been calling out for something more, and heaven has heard you. That miracle you thought passed you by, it circled back, just to meet you here. There's someone watching you spiritually, someone in heaven who you love deeply. Your time is coming. Stay strong. Archangel Michael is being very clear. He says, if you open your heart before tonight, what was once blocked will break wide open. This is a divine instruction, not just a message. And every instruction from heaven carries promise and protection. If you follow it, you will witness heaven's hand in your daily life. The kind of signs that make your knees weak. The kind of breakthrough that makes people ask, how did that happen? The person who doubted you, they're going to be shocked. The one who turned away from you, they will begin to return, but not because of guilt, because something inside them has been spiritually realigned. You weren't wrong to believe. You weren't wrong to love. And now the reward will justify the patience. Every spiritual request you've whispered in the past few weeks has been echoing in the heavenly realm. God didn't forget. God didn't overlook you. He was aligning everything perfectly. Sometimes you weren't delayed. You were being protected, and now the path is finally clear. Do not leave this moment without making a decision. Don't be casual with sacred things. This is sacred. Michael said your name 3 times today, each time louder than the last. Until heaven opened this path for you to read these words, the moment is here. Will you accept what heaven has already written? There is a soft rustling in the spirit world right now. Angels moving, aligning, watching you with deep, burning hope. Heaven knows that humans often miss their miracle, not because they aren't worthy, but because they second-guess the timing. But this time, it's different. This message was delivered to you because you are finally ready. Ready to receive, to believe, to stop surviving and start living. Archangel Michael isn't asking for perfection. He's asking for participation. If you give God just 2 minutes of your heart today, He will show you what He's been storing up for you in silence. Every spiritual request you've whispered in the past few weeks has been echoing in the heavenly realm. God didn't forget. God didn't overlook you. He was aligning everything perfectly. Sometimes you weren't delayed. You were being protected. And now the path is finally clear. Do not leave this moment without making a decision. Don't be casual with sacred things. This is sacred. Michael said your name 3 times today, each time louder than the last, until heaven opened this path for you to read these words. The moment is here. Will you accept what heaven has already written? There is a soft rustling in the spirit world right now. Angels moving, aligning, watching you with deep burning hope. Heaven knows that humans often miss their miracle, not because they aren't worthy, but because they second-guess the timing. But this time it's different. This message was delivered to you because you are finally ready. Ready to receive, to believe, to stop surviving and start living. Archangel Michael isn't asking for perfection. He's asking for participation. If you give God just 2 minutes of your heart today, He will show you what He's been storing up for you in silence. What will happen before the 23rd will not be small. It will not be ordinary. It will feel like heaven finally reached through the sky and touched your life. And you'll realize it wasn't delayed. It was being perfected. The right people, the right time, the right miracle. But none of it happens unless you open your heart wide enough to say, yes, I believe something beautiful is on its way. Do you feel that? That's not your imagination. That's confirmation. This is the part that Archangel Michael warned me would be hardest for you to accept. Your past mistakes, your flaws, your regrets, they do not disqualify you. God isn't looking at what you did wrong. He's looking at how much you kept going, even when no one was cheering for you. That's what triggered this miracle. Your endurance, your unseen faith, your quiet trust when everything around you was falling apart. And now heaven is saying, let's reward that. Someone's heart is changing about you. Even as you read this, they don't know why, but suddenly they feel drawn to reach out. They feel pulled to fix what was broken, and they will reach out. But the energy you carry in the next 24 hours will decide how they approach you. If you receive this message with faith, they will come with warmth. But if you let fear take over, you may repel what you were meant to receive. So pause, take a deep breath, and let God hold your heart right now. Michael says, the next 72 hours will carry waves of divine truth. What that means is simple. People around you are going to start revealing things. Secrets, emotions, confessions, and some of them will shock you, but none of it will break you. In fact, these truths are part of the miracle. Heaven wants to clear the path for the blessing that's coming, and truth is the broom that sweeps away old pain. Don't fear it, embrace it. You're going to start noticing signs. Maybe on your phone, maybe in a dream, maybe in the way someone says your name. These aren't coincidences. They're spiritual confirmations. Your spirit will recognize them before your mind can understand. That's how heaven works. You've entered a sacred countdown, and everything is now preparing for your moment. Even the person who abandoned you, the one you thought forgot you, they are thinking of you more than you know. They are dreaming of you, feeling your energy, wondering what they lost. And this miracle, it may just bring them back. Not for confusion, but for clarity. God doesn't recycle pain. He renews purpose. Archangel Michael said something today that made me stop writing and cry. Tell them their voice is still powerful in heaven. Tell them their pain didn't cancel their purpose. Let that sink in. All this time you thought your cries were falling on deaf ears, but God was storing them in bottles, turning them into sacred oil for your anointing. That's why things are shifting. That's why your season is changing. Even nature around you is going to feel different. The air, the colors, the sounds. Why? Because when God prepares to bless someone, the entire atmosphere shifts in their favor. You'll feel more grounded, more in tune. That heaviness on your chest will begin to lift. That knot in your stomach will loosen. You're not imagining the peace trying to reach you. It's real. It's heaven wrapping itself around you. The enemy will try to distract you in the next few hours with doubt, with delays, with someone's rude words. Don't fall for it. It's because he knows what's coming. He sees what you can't. He knows that if you stay focused, if you don't give up this time, you will finally walk into what was always meant for you. And the enemy cannot bear to see you finally win. Your name has been mentioned in heaven this week more times than you can imagine. The angels have not just been watching, they've been moving. They're removing people from your path who mean you harm. They're pushing open doors that were locked. They're nudging hearts that need to forgive you. This is not about luck. It's about divine favor, and that favor is on you right now. I know it's been hard. I know you've wanted to give up. I know you've whispered, God, when will it be my turn? And here's your answer. Now. Not next month. Not next year. Now. But your faith must activate it. God never forces a gift. He offers it. And the choice is always yours. This next part may be hard to believe, but I must say it anyway. There is money that has been tied up. A transaction, an opportunity, an inheritance. It may be physical, it may be symbolic, but it is coming to you. You don't even know the full extent of what's being released, because heaven is still keeping it wrapped until the moment your heart fully aligns with the blessing. And that moment is close if you don't walk away from this. Michael says your spiritual identity is being restored. What does that mean? It means the version of you that used to feel strong, bold, creative, joyful, that version is returning. The person you thought you lost inside of you, they're not gone. They've just been waiting for the miracle to find you. And now it has. I know it's been hard. I know you've wanted to give up. I know you've whispered, God, when will it be my turn? And here's your answer. Now. Not next month. Not next year. Now. But your faith must activate it. God never forces a gift. He offers. it and the choice is always yours. This next part may be hard to believe, but I must say it anyway. There is money that has been tied up, a transaction, an opportunity, an inheritance. It may be physical. It may be symbolic, but it is coming to you. You don't even know the full extent of what's being released because heaven is still keeping it wrapped until the moment your heart fully aligns with the blessing. And that moment is close if you don't walk away from this. Michael says your spiritual identity is being restored. What does that mean? It means the version of you that used to feel strong, bold, creative, joyful, that version is returning. The person you thought you lost inside of you, they're not gone. They've just been waiting for the miracle to find you. And now it has. Close your eyes for just a second and breathe. Can you feel it? That lightness in your chest. That's not your imagination. That's heaven saying, you've made it to the turning point. This is no longer the battle phase. This is the doorway. Archangel Michael is standing at the edge of your next chapter, holding it open just long enough for you to step through. But you can't bring your old doubts with you. You can't carry fear across this line. This miracle is weightless. It only moves for hearts that are willing to drop what hurt them and trust what's ahead. There's a person who has been spiritually assigned to your story. They've been circling your thoughts, haven't they? Coming up in dreams, randomly crossing your path in ways that seem too strange to be mere coincidence. That's not just nostalgia. That's divine orbit. Their soul has been magnetized to yours for a reason. And Archangel Michael is whispering now. Their eyes are finally opening. Their heart is finally softening. They're coming. And here's the wild part. This miracle is not just for you. When you say yes, when you accept it, it unlocks blessings for others connected to your journey. You are the chosen one in your lineage to break a cycle, to heal a wound, to rise where others fell. Your family's future will look different because of what you're saying yes to today. Can you see how powerful that is? One whisper of faith from you and generations shift. That's what kind of miracle this is. In the next few days, you will be placed in front of a decision. It won't look dramatic at first, but spiritually, it will be a test of your alignment. Will you act from your healed self or your hurt self? Will you speak from your power or your pain? Choose love. Choose calm. Choose faith. Because on the other side of that moment is the breakthrough that has your name on it. And it's waiting to fall into your lap like rain.